NBA All-Star Weekend is in the books, and another year, another moment where we're left scrambling for answers on this All-Star Weekend, All-Star game, when the simple solution is right in our faces.
Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hit me out, here we go. What's the re-report? Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hit me out, here we go. What's the re-report? Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hit me out, here we go. What's the re-report? Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hit me out, here we go. What's the re-report? Bring it to you live.
Welcome to the Re-Report. Appreciate you guys taking the time to hear me out. Be sure to please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 2K, trying to hit the new millennium. So if you guys could be so kindly to subscribe, we are just 30 subs away. I would highly appreciate it. Thank you all for your support. And without further ado, let's get into the show. Let's get into the show because of again, NBA All-Star in the books. Another year, a new format, an unnecessary format, and my big takeaway coming from All-Star Weekend. As much as I love basketball, as much as you love to see stars going at each other, but when I see stuff like this, you had Team Kenny, Team Chuck, Team Candace, and of course Team Shaq, and that's the team that came out winning. You know, they had this format of first to 40. When that completely just kills the suspense of the game, when you know what a team has to get to, score can be like 31-19. It's like, all right, we know where this is going. It really had no suspense to it whatsoever. That was just nothing there. And my big takeaway I was left with just thinking to myself, I mean, look at these stats right here. You see guys at 6 points, 12 points, 8 points, 9 points, 15 points, 11 points. Big takeaway was really, this may not be bad. This may not be a disaster. It's just not for me and people like me. You, of course, had stars such as Giannis and Lebron who didn't play. Lebron had the most selfish moment of All-Star Weekend. The last minute deciding not to play when someone like, I believe Norman Powell could have gotten that spot. I don't blame LeBron for pulling out. I'm not mad at him for pulling out. As a Laker fan, I see the bigger picture. You got Luka. Luka didn't play either, so no Laker representation. Besides Dalton Connect, I think, for the Rising Stars. I'm not mad at him for not playing. It does suck and shows a lot of selfishness for the guy to pull to, like, you know what I'm saying, be a late scratch an hour before, get in the picture of all the All-Stars without uniform.
So there, LeBron did not show, announced, I should say, about an hour before the game that he was out. Arrived on Sunday. Give me your thoughts there, Perk, on the reaction to LeBron making the announcement that he's not playing an hour before the game and arriving there on Sunday.
Well, look, listen, my grandpa always used to say, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Do I have a problem with LeBron James missing the All-Star game at the age of 40 because of injury? Absolutely not. But it's how he did it, right? And he knew that he wasn't going to play when he probably was selected to play in the All-Star game. How about giving people a heads up? Not showing up to the actual All-Star weekend, an hour before the game starts, and then all of a sudden you taking away from another guy that probably should have earned to be in the All-Star game, like a guy Norman Powell, who's averaging about 24 points right now, who's the second option on the Los Angeles Clippers. So am I mad about Bron not playing? No, I get it. He's 40. But I'm mad about how he went about it. And I'm also mad, like, put your damn uniform on, Bron. I mean, damn, you done messed up the whole damn picture. Put your damn uniform on. That's another thing. And it came off as him being selfish. It looked very selfish on his part, and I get it. He said, I'm looking out for self. I just wasn't rolling on how he did it.
But just the whole announcing, oh, I'm going to show up Sunday, I'm not going to be there for the festivities, it just goes to show how much of a joke All-Star Weekend has become and how nobody cares. How they've made it to where there's no more aura surrounding NBA All-Star weekend. Nothing there whatsoever. It's just dry, it's lifeless. And the solution to it, I was in favor of the whole MLB All-Star game where they used to play for the right, whichever league wins, that league will have home field advantage in the World Series. A lot of people thought that was pointless, and you know what I'm saying, I was probably in the minority on that. I didn't mind that. I like that because you're playing for something, and the contending teams on the All-Star game, on the All-Star teams in each league are going to show some effort. They're going to show effort. I mean, every team that's in the hunt for the playoffs, because with baseball is so different. It's so different. You have a team like the Arizona Diamondbacks who record-wise wasn't a very good team, but they still made it to the Fall Classic. They still made it to the World Series. We've seen in times past where a team like the St. Louis Cardinals, who was just 5 games over 500, won the World Series back in 2006. So it means something, and every team will compete to get that opportunity. The fix of the All-Star game is not to have these silly little Team Chuck, Team Charles, Team Candace, and things like that. Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. It's just the effort that you need to show. Just play. You're always talking about, oh, nobody want to get hurt, but when you play not to get hurt, that's when you get hurt. Just the effort. This was entertaining back in the 2000s when me growing up watching it, because they gave effort. Again, that's hard to do when you got guys making the money that these dudes are making, but it's just like that you don't need to go through all these hoops and hurdles and everything. You just have to play. I saw Dame say something that I do agree with, going back to East and West, and whichever conference win, they'll have home court in the finals. But that's just a tough ask from guys at this point. It may be there guys who want to do it, but they see hey, these guys aren't doing it, so I ain't gonna do it. I mean, you even saw Giannis with the dunk contest. Ja Morant was talking about joining it, and Giannis responded on X saying, if you do it, I'll do it. So it's a matter of, if he's not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. But if he do it, I'll do it. If he's not gonna give effort, I'm not gonna give effort. But if he give effort, I'll give effort. You just don't see it. I remember 2014 or so when Kobe took it upon himself in All-Star game to challenge LeBron. Of course, you can say, oh, the Lakers were terrible and the Lakers had nothing to play for, but it was entertaining. It was entertaining seeing him take it upon himself to try and shut LeBron down, which he did, and dunking on LeBron. This game used to be fun, but let's see what they say in this clip.
I'm disappointed in LeBron. I believe LeBron knew on Wednesday night after the game that he wasn't going to play, and he could have did just the exact.
Stephen A. so surprised, which is all of us right now. What? Shannon Clutch Sports Sharp said he's disappointed in LeBron, but rightfully so.
Exact same thing that Giannis did. Giannis says that he's not going to play. Adam Silver was able to name Trae Young as his replacement. Giannis still showed up, put on his uniform, and supported. I don't get and LeBron didn't. If the reports are true, he didn't arrive until Saturday. I mean, so I just don't get it. Because I believe Norman Powell was deserving. Guys, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Norman Powell was deserving of that.
Stephen, they just can't believe it, man. He cannot believe Shannon Sharp's tape. Shark take. He can't believe this Sharp take from Shannon right here. But again, it's like Giannis didn't do this. And you know that Team LeBron, the old format from the last 5 years or 6 years or so, Team LeBron versus Team Steph, Team LeBron versus Team KD, Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. It was always Team LeBron, and I believe they won every year under the format where LeBron was able to pick his team. But I believe this year's All-Star game, which was in the Bay, was the brainchild of one Stephen Curry. So if you ask me, that's my only reason I could think of why LeBron James would show up to be so selfish and pull a move like this, because it was selfish, it was arrogant, and it was just tasteless and disrespectful. All those adjectives and more. To show up late and to take a picture out of uniform. I don't care if he didn't play. That doesn't bother me whatsoever as a Laker fan. Him or Luka. I don't care. To be personally honest with you, I don't care. But that part, just a shame.
He earned that. He earned the right to be there if LeBron wasn't going to play. What was the purpose of him just showing up in street clothes? You're not going to play. If you want to just show up, because he could have did exactly what Giannis did. Show up, put the uniform on. I'm here to support you guys, but I'm not going to play. The mere fact that he got on a flight and had to fly, and he's talking about his ankle and foot discomfort, the swelling goes on when you're up in the air. I didn't agree with that. I did not agree with LeBron's decision not to show up. He showed up late and not playing this ball game. If you're not going to play, give someone else an opportunity to fill that spot. Left Shaq with just 7 guys instead of the customary 8. I did not agree with this decision, guys. I thought LeBron in this situation was selfish. He knew he wasn't going to play. And then instead of just telling Adam Silver, I'm not going to play, and allowing him to name a replacement, even if it's not Norman Powell, though I think he's had earned that right considering how well he played, that's what should have happened for me. Ant-Man, the same thing. Ant-Man pulled out, talking about he's sick. Allow someone else to play. You're still an all-star. Even if you don't play in the game, guys, you still have that all-star tag on your resume. LeBron James is a 21-time all-star. He started every single time. Nothing was going to change. I disagree with LeBron's decision on this one.
Shannon, I need to pause you for a second because you couldn't see Stephen A's facial expressions. I think he had a mild heart attack. S.A.,
I'm trying to recover. I'm just so proud of my boy Shannon Sharp. I know he got a lot in him. I didn't know he had that in him. Selfish? LeBron? Oh, my Lord. Did you bring it this morning? This is just a moment right here. I just got to pause. I'm just so proud of my man Shannon Sharp. I didn't know he could do it. You're damn right LeBron was selfish. You're damn right he was. I mean, there's no way around this. You know, you're going to sit up there and announce before the game where Adam Silver doesn't even have a time to give a replacement. And again, giving props to Draymond, Jalen Rose, Vince Carter. All 3 of them pointed that out.
Yeah, that's just terrible, man. But he's the face of the league, and he made a complete mockery of the league, mockery of it to show just how much of a joke that this All-Star game has become, to do something like that. Because you're not dumb. You're not dumb in that aspect to know that, to not comprehend. It's a selfish mindset. It's not being like naive or dumb. It's a selfish mindset to say, oh, I'm not going to play an hour before, and not giving another person an opportunity to get that spot who wants to play. That's a selfish mindset, not a dumb mindset to do something like that. And another thing I wanted to point out before we get out of here was Jaylen Brown said this about the stands, about the crowd in the Bay, and I felt the same way. Now, he talked about bringing it to Boston, and Boston would never allow that to happen. But when I was watching the presentation, Kevin Hart, it was cringe to me. Like, it was just like so cringe. It was so dry. And the crowd, it was so dry. It felt so empty. And Jaylen Brown saw that too. I think everybody noticed just how dry it was. So let's hear what JB had to say for these little 22 seconds.
It hasn't been since 1964.
That would be great. That would be awesome. I think the city is equipped for it. I think the fans, you got the craziest fans in the world in Boston, so I'm sure that they would enjoy it. It kind of seemed like it was a little empty in here tonight. I don't think in Boston that would happen. So yeah, if we bring the All-Star game in Boston, I would love to be there, and I would love to participate. I think that'd be great for the game.
It was honestly cringe, but we're gonna leave it there pretty much. They did have this right here about the NBA discussing a possible one-on-one tournament for $1 million prize. That could help, because I'll say this too. If that is true, I will say this too. Shouts out to my guy Fly Hippie. Subscribe to his channel. I'll leave a description and the link below. But in his lives, we've been watching the women in Unrivaled we watched them do the 1v1 tournament, so we had a lot of fun with it. Not that every game was entertaining or anything like that, but it was an entertaining tournament for the most part. Some of the games were boring and just like sloppy, and the conditioning of the ladies, some of the ladies, was just terrible. But it was fun to see them go at each other like that. Like, the guys do it, but they don't do it in a public setting. They do it privately because of ego and all that. but I think 1v1 would be definitely entertaining. Seeing Kyrie versus Ja 1v1 would be the most entertaining thing that you could see. Very entertaining. Kyrie versus Ja. Steph probably wouldn't do it at his advanced age, but these young, and Kyrie's up there too, but Jalen Green, you know what I'm saying? Giannis versus Jokic or whatever. Man, the people would have a field day. I don't know if guys would do it. Maybe $1 million ain't enough for them guys, but I think it's a good idea to add that. Go back to East versus West, but add 1v1. That would be a showstopper right there. But I'm gonna leave it there. Again, appreciate you guys taking the time to hear me out. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about All-Star Weekend. Is it for you? Because it's not for me. LeBron James, was he selfish? Because he was selfish to me. It was completely unnecessary to do such a thing. And 1v1. And the crowd, first of all, the crowd in the Bay was just, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. And I know this wasn't a Warriors game, but even the crowd at Warrior games these days in general aren't the same as what they were at Oracle Arena. But the crowd as well. And 1v1. What y'all think about 1v1 tournament? Giannis versus Jokic, Kyrie versus Ja. Let me know what y'all think. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll talk soon.
Bring it to you live, on time. Bring it to you.